Hello everyone, welcome back to another NR format video. So today we've got a bunch more replays to show you. This first replay comes to us from Flagos playing Fluffle Orchest in a 40 card deck, or a 41 card deck actually, against Skybros playing a 60 card pile of just some random cards. They got a Primeval Congrate though, let's see how this pans out. So Flagos has chosen to go first, gonna activate the Toy Vendor. Fish Toy Vendor finds the Harport, that's pretty good. So they have full Fluffle and Orchest combo. Summon the Dolphin, reset the Vendor, send the Wings. Vendor discards the Nightmare, finds a Bear, they can special summon the Dog. A lot of advantage. Bear gonna set the third copy of Vendor. This is insane. They got all three copies of Vendor. And they can also now draw two with the Fluffle Wings. I'm gonna search one more time. They're also playing the Crystron cards. Okay, so this setup is insane. They got Crystron Cluster to pop one card. They're gonna now draw two cards. And they still have the full Orchest line as well. So now go for the Orchest Nightmare. This locks them into Dark Monsters. Just summoning out a bunch of monsters. Go for the Dark Arm Dragon. Okay. And Dark Arm Dragon is going to deal with the Primeval Congrate. So the Congrate, if it gets flipped up, it can destroy two cards on the field. So very important to get rid of that. I'm going to end on just the Cluster and a bunch of bodies. Skybro is going to draw into Cursed Bride Doll. Okay, that you're going to see. This card is insane. Also finds the Mystical Space Typhoon to deal with the Cluster. Cluster is just going to pop the Toy Vendor. So gonna add off of the Toy Vendor, yep. Okay. So, okay. So the way both of these cards work... Oh, they're just gonna link it off, okay. Link off a Pit Knight early. Go battle phase. Cursed Bride Doll. At the start of the battle phase, if there are more cards in your deck than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to the difference times 300. So they have 54 cards, the opponent has 23 cards. This is basically a Grand Maju, but for the difference in the number of cards between the decks. So you're gonna see this card gets huge, and they're also pairing it with the Pit Knight early to make the opponent's monster Zero gets up to 9300, and that's game. Yep. So Flagos had everything, but Skybro was just better in this situation. Cursed Bride Doll, insane. Alright, so this next duel is brought to us by Tame. We're playing a Drytron deck against Tropic Birds, who's playing what seems to be a insect plant deck. So they're gonna normal summon the Senju, add the Lord of the Red. Go for the Zeta. Summon the Delta, discarding the Mind August. Gonna go for the Cross Sheep. Now summon the Lord of the Red, which triggers the Cross Sheep. The opponent's gonna also trigger the Magicaloidal Soul. They also get rid of the Retaliating Sea, so that their cards didn't get banished, which was really important. So the opponent is gonna get Magicaloidal Soul though. And they're also summoning... Oh, they added Kamakiri Man off of the Retaliating Sea, so they're not playing Infinite Antlion. Wait, did they add... What did they add Smyger off? Oh, they're also playing the Crystron cards. Okay, so they added Smyger off to this one. Yeah, this Drytron package is insane. Like, these Drytron cards, as long as you can get a Ritual Monster in rotation somehow, these Drytron cards are like infinite advantage. They keep summoning themselves from the graveyard, so... They're gonna go for the Fucko, which basically makes it so you don't take any battle damage and this card can't be destroyed. Also using it to trigger the Lord of the Red. So pretty good synergy there. End phase, the opponent's gonna set the Vestidia foe. I don't see how the opponent wins through a Lord of the Red. However, this Lord of the Red does have a Preda counter on it. Does the opponent play the Kaiju Preda plan? Gonna go for the Powered Inzektron, which can't be destroyed. However, that is an effect that activates and they can easily just chain to it. They also activated the Havness, which didn't matter. They summoned the Saracenian and tried to activate its effect to... So they activated its effect to add the Predap card. They didn't activate the effect to destroy the monster that battled it. So Tame just negated that with the triple burst. But attack directly can't take any damage though, because the Powered Inzektron did resolve. End phase, they're gonna reset the Vestidia Flow. Yeah, this just looks over. Oh, they drop deck into the Banksy Ogre, so they do play it. It's gonna tribute over the Lord of the Red. Now go for the Dryas. And the Lizardo's gonna... Look like they're gonna climb up into the Selene Snapper. Yep, also reduce the attack of Triple Burst. Selene Snapper gets rid of the back row. Punch into the Triple Burst. Don't punch into the Smyger, so just don't want to put it into the graveyard. Also get to reset the Vestidia Flow, which can banish 2 cards from the graveyard. They'll summon it, banish 2 Drytrons. So this is what I said, as long as you can get a ritual access, these Drytron cards are just insane value. So Tropic Birds realizing that and quickly banishing them. They're also going to use the Howl to get control of the Senju so they don't link off. They're just going to crash with the Smyger, add the Cluster. End phase, they get back their Senju. They are also playing the Renewal of the World, which... It's basically a ritual summon in a trap card, but it's really slow. Like, you have to wait 2 turns. But Tropic Birds is going to go for the Wonky Quartet. How much does it have? It has 3 monsters under it, so 2 more monsters and Tame is going to die. Activates, hits just 1 monster, so now the Wonky passes back to the opponent. They're also going to summon out the Borderlord Riot Dragon. Add another Lord of the Red, link away for the Cordmaker Virus Swordsman. Borderlord Riot Dragon attacks in... Wait a minute. So Tame basically not trusting that Tropic Birds was gonna hit a monster and just decided to get rid of the Wonky altogether. They're like, you know what, I can win with these cards in the field, I don't want to play these Wonky games. Which is really funny. Cluster gets rid of Selene Snapper, but Selene Snapper can just come back. Now they go for the Drytron. They're going to go for the High Day draw to destroying the Banksy Ogre, which places... Oh, that's cute. They placed Preda counters on everything, which made everything level 1, and they just used it to go into the Fuko. Insane. And they're also going to get rid of the Virus Swordsman, so now they don't have any Preda counters, which means this Drosophilium is useless. And they also can't special summon the Biblisp anymore. End phase gonna go for the Vestidia Flow once again. Top deck a Havness. Special summon Vestidia will go for battle. Activate the Fuko, which triggers the Havness to mill 3 cards. Just hits a bunch of Paleos, nothing useful. Links for the... Yeah, link for the Dryas. They try to destroy Selene Snapper, but they're just gonna chain the High Day draw. They drew into... Wait a minute, what is... They drew into a Typhoon. Okay. Typhoon can get rid of the Cluster. Now they're going to activate the Drytron. Typhoon gets rid of the Cluster. Going to chain the Paleo. Add back the Borderlord Riot Dragon. Activate Zeta. Add the Heavy Interlock. They're going to go for the Vestidia Flow, summon the Morella. Go for the Shinobi Insect. Okay, maybe looking for a Doom Eagle angle here. They're also going to add another Cluster. Yep, there is the Doom Eagle. It's going to shuffle back the Selene Snapper. Also going to go for the Heavy Interlock once again. Summoning out the Riot Dragon. Get over both of the Paleos. Set Cluster, set Impact, pass. Okay, so Tame pretty much has this in the bag now. The top deck wasn't really helpful. They are going to trigger the Paleo, but I don't imagine that's too useful. Yup, they just have the Cluster to deal with it immediately, and this looks to be pretty much over for Tropic Birds. Insane duel, but I think Tame making the decision to get rid of the Wonky is what won them the game. Like, you just... if you're in an advantageous position, it's just better to not play those wonky games. Like, just get rid of it, and you know you're in a better spot. So, well played to team. Alright, so this last one comes to us from 2D Battery, who looks to be playing a Poker Night deck against Bookamoon, who's playing an Orchist World Legacy deck. Alright, so Bookamoon's going first. They're gonna summon the Harport, World 1, added the World Legacy World Lance, which I think is a colute for Link monsters, right? Yep, they gain, or the opponent's monster loses 3,000 attack. So we're gonna summon it, use its effect to get 2 tokens on the field, and just end on the Orchestrion. Also, they're playing the Landmark, which can banish a World Legacy to target 2 monsters, to special summon 2 monsters from the graveyard, which I'm pretty sure it works with the token. And that is the synergy here. Let's just look at it. So there is the Landmark. Yep, it does work with the token. That is why it's so powerful. And Bookamoon's been winning a bunch of games with this card. Protect Card Talker also now points to the Orchestrion. So it has targeting protection on top of the protection itself it has already. Gonna summon 2 more tokens. 2D gets to summon the Red Lotus, get in for some damage. Gonna set a bunch of back row and pass. Nightmare now activates. Just boosting up the opponent's monster. They're gonna hit over all of the monsters, just take as much damage as main phase 2. They're gonna summon the Kochobo. 2D's gonna respond with a Primite Howl. They're gonna use Orchestrion to recur a bunch of cards. Now go for the Dark Arm Dragon to clean up, but that gets hit with the Horn of Heaven. Alright. Gonna go for the Processor now, summoning the World Armor, and just getting another copy of Landmark. So yeah, I really like this synergy. Joker's Knight top deck is insane. So Joker's Knight gonna send the Queen's Knight, and it copies the name of the Queen's Knight. Now when they summon the King's Knight, they can summon the Jack's Knight from the deck. They also get to revive the Red Lotus. Red Lotus gonna destroy the opponent's monster. They're just gonna chain the Landmark. Summon out the 2 monsters. Now go for a rank 5 Volcasaurus. Okay, insane. Gonna beat over a bunch of monsters. But this Orchestrion still points to King's Knight, unfortunately. So they're gonna go after... Oh, yeah, 2D made a mistake. I see, yeah. If they went after Widest Swordsman, that was 2300 damage. But it's difficult to keep track of all the protections because, you know, you got Protect Code, you got a World Landmark, you got a bunch of these, so understandable. Now just gonna go for a draw into a Dawn's Knight. They're also gonna resolve a... So they resolved a backup team to add a Dinomicious, and they're gonna add back the Joker's Knight in the end phase, so they have the discard for the Dinomicious. Now Psychic Processor once again summons 2 monsters. Kochobo now summoning herself. This locks Bookamoon into XYZ monsters. They summon the Dark Arm Dragon, which means they can't attack with it. And 2D is now gonna use the Dinomicious on the Orchestrion. This does hurt Bookamoon a lot. They do have the Survivors though to push through and maybe put up enough damage for game. They're gonna add the World Lance and trigger the Graveyard effect to it to summon. Also gonna go for the Nightmare. Dump a Symbol Skeleton which revives the Harport. Gonna go battle phase, but 2D does have the Howl, which steals the biggest monster and that protects their life points. Now we're gonna go for the World Lance, summon back the Orchestrion, which just gonna use its effect to recycle 3 cards. End phase gonna reset the backup team, add back the Joker's Knight. So this Joker's Knight engine is pretty good. They have to keep adding it back to the hand. Top deck a Horn of Heaven, still in a bad position, but do have the backup team to draw into something. They're gonna find another copy of Primite Howl. Now gonna summon the Joker's Knight. Also still have access to the Red Lotus. Gonna revive... Oh, insane. They get to revive the Jack's Knight with the effect of the Red Lotus, go for the Volcasaurus once again, and this time, the Orchestrion doesn't point to anything. Yep, they do get to destroy it and deal 3000 damage. Go battle phase, beat over the Gen X controller. Beat over the Vitus Swordsman. Not enough damage, 1000 off. So gonna draw once again with the Lizardos. What is that card? Hold on. Painful Escape. Okay, wait a minute. This is just a... Alright, just a way to add a card. Alright, I see. It is interesting though. Seeing all kinds of cards in NR. Book-a-Moon gonna go for the Orcustrion once again. You're gonna reduce the attack of the Red Lotus to 0. Gonna get boosted by the Nightmare. Gonna go for a Simple Skeleton to revive the other Orcustrion. Go battle phase, punch into the Red Lotus. Try to punch for game, but Book-a-Moon has the reliable... Yep, had the Primite Howls to deny Book-a-Moon the game once again. Now Painful Escape. Tributing away the Queen's Knight to add the Imperial Bower, which is insane. This card is insane. You're gonna see in a minute. Also gets to add back the Joker's Knight in the end phase. So now Book-a-Moon is out of interruptions. Also top decks the Expendable die. Normal summons the Bower, and this card just lets you summon 2 monsters from the deck. Gonna go for the Asophiel to bounce a monster. And Book-a-Moon has seen enough, and that is game. So, an amazing duel between both of these players. Insane. 2D basically held on with the 2 Howls, and that bought him just enough time to be able to search for the Imperial Bower and then push for game eventually. So yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the replays, please let me know in the comments below. If you want your own replay featured in one of these videos, you can reach out to me on Discord. I have the Boss Stage Discord server linked in the description. You can find it. We also come join us. We run like weekly tournaments. We run a bunch of other events if you want to play in our format. And yeah, anyways, that's it for today. Adios.